What's up, everybody, and welcome to day number 7. So, yesterday, another successful day. Stayed to the diet, did a little bit of micro learning. So, I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad some more. I actually got in an hour yesterday. So, got my education in, did my little prayer, went ahead and, had my meals for the day and everything, spent time with my son, did a little bit of exercise, and, just basic home stuff. So as far as today, it's been kind of a slow day. It's raining out right now. I made breakfast a little while ago. I'll show you guys that right now. I've just been hanging out at the house with my son. I'm about to get him ready to leave because I have to take him home right now. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to do a little bit of exercise. I'm going to make my dinner for tonight. I'm going to show you guys my meal prep for the week, exactly how I cook the chicken and how I get everything prepared for my week. And then I'm going to do a little bit of micro learning tonight. Again, reading a little bit of Rich Dad Poor Dad. I want to get in at least an hour of reading per day. That is my goal. And then, yeah, I'm going to try and film as much of it as possible. But to be honest, it's probably going to be another short video like yesterday. There's still stuff to film for today, and I'll keep you guys updated. Well, guys, it's been 2 days since I bought these things, and we're down to 7 eggs. Like I said, I was going to get the 50 pack, and wasn't able to because they were out. But also, to be fair, I was feeding my son yesterday. I'm feeding him this morning. I was feeding Vanessa, my son's mom, yesterday. So that's, to be fair, this isn't like all me. I'm probably gonna have to go pick up another box of eggs tomorrow. Hopefully Sam's Club has more in stock, so I'm gonna check the app, see if they're back in stock, and then swing by after work, pick up a case. Alright guys, so I made myself a little bit more eggs than I did yesterday. Just a little bit, like I added like one more egg into the pan just because I was a little bit hungry after breakfast yesterday still. So I'm having this. I'm not having any coffee this morning because that was way too many carbs for one cup of coffee, even with being low carb coffee. So I got this right now. Got my son's breakfast made. I'm gonna munch down and continue on with my day. All right, guys, the moment everybody's been waiting for, so I'm gonna show you guys how I meal prep my chicken for the week. I'm gonna take half of this, I'm gonna put it away. That way I can at least freeze it and have it for next week. If I run out of chicken during the week, then I'll go ahead and pull it out and I'll make, another breast or something. I'll just pick up another pack of chicken next week. It's no big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, get everything separated, and then grease the pan with some oil. I'm just gonna take some cooking oil, throw it on there, just kind of cover it and everything. And I'll show you guys the rest right now. So I put half of the chicken in the freezer. This is the other half right here. And this should be plenty. So that should last me all week. So I went ahead and greased the pan. Next thing I'm gonna do, you could cook them just like this, but they are a little bit thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna cut them down the middle. So I'm gonna slice them directly in half. And then that way they're kind of thinner. It makes it easier to cook, and that way they cook faster. All right, next up, go ahead and season up your chicken. These are my go-tos, so I'll put a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, some Lawry's, and some lemon pepper. That's just my opinion. You guys can go ahead and season it up how you like, but that's what I usually use. So this is the first side, and I'll go ahead and flip them and do the same to the other side. It might look like a lot of seasoning. Personal preference. Comes out really good. After everything gets soaked in and everything, it's got an amazing flavor. So, yeah. I'm gonna get this seasoned up and show you guys everything else. One thing I will say that even enhances the flavor more. I don't have any, so I'm not gonna put any on, but if you guys have lemons, go ahead and cut a lemon in half and squirt lemon juice all over these things. It's gonna soak up that flavor, and there's gonna be a bunch of juice left at the bottom of the pan. Amazing flavor, and it gives it a little bit of sauce. Later on, when you cook up your chicken, you can pour a little bit of that sauce on and then heat it up, and it just tastes too good. All right, everything's all seasoned up. So now you're gonna go ahead and set your oven to 400 degrees. You're gonna pop these in there, and they're gonna cook for about 20 to 23 minutes. I usually just leave them in there 22 minutes, pull them out, and they're good to go. When you do bring them out, go ahead and cut the thickest one down the middle just to make sure there's no pink in there. Your oven might be different than mine, but usually, yeah, 22 minutes at 400 degrees is the perfect amount of time and the temperature that you need to cook these things through. They're gonna come out juicy, they're not gonna come out overcooked. That's the best way that I've found to cook these. And then once they're cooked, you can go ahead and pull them out, let them cool off a little bit, throw them in a Ziploc bag, and throw it in your fridge, and you have all your chicken for the week. And if you want to make some chicken for a night's dinner, or even have some the night that you make it, like right now, I'm gonna have a piece of chicken and a side salad right now for my dinner. And yeah, so you could do the same thing, and then you have tons of chicken for the week. All right, the chicken is done. It's weird, there's usually a lot more juice. Never seen it without any before. And I don't always add the lemon, but yeah, kind of strange. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool for a little bit. I'm gonna get me a couple pieces of chicken for tonight's dinner, make my dinner, and then show you guys what I make. And there is my dinner and my lunch for tomorrow. So it looks like it's weird because all chicken should be the same. But the chicken I get from Vons, usually when I cook it on the tray, there's a lot of juice left over and it cuts up like perfect, like super easy. But with this, it's super juicy inside, but it didn't have any juice in the tray. So I don't know, kind of weird. You know, it should all be the same, but I'm not gonna question it. See if it still, tastes just as good as the other chicken, or if there's a difference. All right, so I wanted to take a little bit of time to tell you guys about the ebook that I've been listening to, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I think the last time we talked about it, I was telling you guys about the different perspectives and how it was interesting about the perspective of the rich dad versus the perspective of the poor dad. But now it's been 2 days and I've been, listening to it more. So right now I'm about 2.5 hours into the 6 hours. So I'm a little under the halfway point. And so far what I've gotten from it, the rich dad put the kids through this test of having them work at one of his stores for basically pennies on the dollar. He gave them a very small wage and, had them work on weekends and stuff, sacrificing them going out and having fun with their friends and stuff like that. And it was kind of teaching them a lesson that, working hard is really difficult when you're working a 9 to 5. And the whole basis of what he was trying to get them to understand seems like he wanted to show them that, yeah, like working hard and working a 9 to 5 is very difficult. If you can break that habit and if you can end up owning a business and being successful, that's the best route. So he was teaching them this lesson, and he basically knew that the kids were going to quit eventually, and he hadn't taught them any rules or anything. And then finally on the 3rd week, the kid wanted to quit. And so he went to the dad and was like, hey, I want to quit. His friend told him, okay, my dad's been waiting for you to quit. And he's like, what are you talking about? Your dad's just messing with me. He's been, trying to get one over on me and all this stuff. Is this just like some kind of joke on me and everything? And he's like, no, he's trying to teach you a lesson. So they go to see the dad, and the kid's all upset and angry and everything. So the dad starts laying all this information on him, starts teaching him all this wisdom and everything. And the kid starts absorbing it. And so he's kind of trying to see where the dad's coming from and what the dad's trying to teach him. So the kid didn't understand completely, but at the same time, he was like, you know what? I'm learning something. I'm going to go ahead and see this out. So the dad was saying, okay, well, you're going to continue working at my store, but instead of you making pennies on the dollar, I'm going to pay you nothing. And so the kid's like, what's going on? Like, I can't even afford comic books now. I can't even, have a little bit of spending money. Why would I want to do that? And basically the rich dad is like, okay, do you want to be successful your whole life, or do you want to struggle your whole life? Do you want to understand what I'm trying to teach you, or do you want to, go through your whole life wishing that you would have made that decision? There's this point after a couple weeks that, the dad's teaching him all these lessons and everything, and then comes in and offers him a pay raise. And he basically tells them, I'll pay you 25 cents an hour, but I'm not going to teach you anything anymore. And the kids are like, okay, well, we'd rather have the knowledge. And then he's like, okay, 50 cents. And back then, like, adults were only making like 25 cents minimum wage. And, you know, these kids were like, what? Like, what's going on? And then he's like, okay, $1, $2. Okay, I'll pay you $5 an hour. And these kids were like, what's going on? That's more money than any adult makes. They were going to be working 3 hours each weekend and making more than somebody who worked a full-time job would. And they still didn't take it because they were like, okay, it's not important. We want the knowledge. We want to own a successful business. And so they went ahead and, you know, didn't take it. They continued working for free and, you know, learning the lessons and stuff. They started up their first successful business, and until it didn't go well, and then they had to shut it down. But anyway, they learned their first lessons. So anyway, they learned their lessons, and, you know, they opened a successful business. The dad was really proud and everything. And so he told them, you don't have to work at the shop anymore. You can go ahead and just like, I'll just teach you what you need to know and stuff like that. And so now they're getting into the part where they're talking about taxes and how, you know, it originally started and how it affected, you know, the poor and the middle class instead of the rich class, like how everybody was originally trying to set up these taxes for. So that's about where I'm at right now. I'm going to continue reading the ebook. Like I said, I'm still working in my journal, writing down all my notes from all the lessons that I've learned throughout these books so far. And it feels good. Like, I feel like I'm learning a lot, and I'm going to be keeping you guys updated, letting you guys know where I'm at on the books, what's going on, what I'm learning. And that's about it for today. I'm going to toss this chicken in the oven right now. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, do my dinner. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, say my prayers. I'm going to go ahead and say my prayers and everything. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of home workout since it's my last day of the week. And tomorrow's the gym day. I got my gym bag ready. I'm going to get my meal prep ready for tomorrow, so that way I have my lunch ready. So a lot of things still left to do. I'll probably show you guys a little bit of it, but other than that, that's probably going to be the last of my little talking for today. So I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow at the gym for day 8 for first gym day of week 2.